In this video, we've prepared the Fox engine to be put back together. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the last video you saw that the head is off the Fox and it's ready to be replaced with a shiny new one. Now I was hoping that this video would be me putting it back together, but I'm light on a couple of things that I need. I need some sealant for the timing cover in the sump, some Hylamar which I've ordered, and a couple of fasteners got damaged when I was taking it apart, one for the sump and one for the timing cover. So I'd like to get some replacements for those as well, so that I'm not putting it back together with rounded out bolts, just in case it does actually need to come apart again one day. So I'm waiting for those coming. But in the meantime, I'm going to get everything as ready as I can for putting it all back together. One of the things I need to do is clean up both the mating surface on the block where the head gasket goes and the tops of the pistons, because they're very deeply carbonised. I want to get rid of as much of that as possible and get it as clean as we can before putting it back together. And I'm also going to try and dress up the timing cover a little bit, because the new head is all nice and shiny, the new rocker cover is nice and shiny, it's all been painted up, looking good, whereas the timing cover that come off this thing's a bit manky and horrible. So I've cleaned that up and I'm going to give it a quick dusting with some matte black paint, because I've not got any silver, to try and make it look a little bit more presentable. I know that nobody will ever really see it, and it doesn't really matter that much, but I'll feel better knowing that I've done as good a job as I can. So let's get cracking with the cleaning. So as you can see, I've already started cleaning up piston number 1. 2 and 3 are still really carbon black and horrible, and there's also a lot of junk where the head gasket's been on the block, so we need to get that all cleaned up nice and shiny, nice and clean, so that everything will seat back in properly and all be good. So I'm going to switch to the head camera and we'll crack on with that. All this up, got some WD-40, a scraper, and I'll just be spraying it on, giving it a very light scrape. Now, don't want to mark the surface too much, and then mopping it up with a paper towel. Pretty straightforward really. There we go. So the one at top dead centre, and the locking pin for the crank in place. So it hopefully means that the timing will be where we expect it to be when it all goes back together. But that's definitely looking a lot shinier. It's not, I know it's not perfect, but it's about as much as this thing deserves, I think. That'll do. So just as I was getting ready to get the head ready to go back on, I realised there's actually a bit of a problem with it. eBay parts strike again. So the problem is with the rocker cover of the new head, it's got a bit of damage to it, which means that not only will the camshaft position sensor probably not fit in the hole, the tool to lock the camshaft in the right position for top dead centre won't go in the hole either. Let's have a look. So this is the rocker cover from the new head, or the reconditioned head, and you can see there's a dent there, which means that hole isn't a hole anymore. So that means we'll need to use the rocker cover from the old head in order to get this to go back together. So I'm going to paint that up as well as the timing cover, which means the head won't be going back on today, but I'll at least be prepared for when the screws and the sealant arrive, that it should be a case of just starting to bolt it all back together. So here we can see I'm just painting the timing cover and the head with some really great quality Poundland matte black spray paint. It'll just make it look a bit more pleasant. I've got some time on my hands anyway if I'm going to have to wait for some bolts to arrive and some sealant to arrive. They should look quite good when they're done, and it means the engine will look a little bit more cared for. But I would much rather have managed to get the head bolted back in place today. But I suppose it's not the end of the world, because I do need the sealant to arrive anyway before the engine will be able to completely go back together. So that's it for this video. A little bit shorter than planned, unfortunately, because I was hoping to get the head back on today, but that's not going to happen. Join me next time when we will hopefully get this car back together. Fingers crossed. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.